Hey there, everybody. I am Diva Carla Sanders, the Cosmic Crone, and I've come to you today to share some teachings and some wisdom about sacred pleasure, sovereign womb. And I'll speak right off the top to 2 more days to register. I have an 8-week session of teaching and practice that I've developed for women who really want to connect with their sexuality, to connect with their divine feminine power, and have some support and accountability around sexual healing, womb wisdom, womb healing, and knowing how to maintain your energy, how to clear and support your divine feminine energy so that you can show up as a woman, show up for your pleasure, show up for the people in your life, and more than anything else, to show up for you, your mission, your purpose, and why you're here. And I know from my own experience that I needed help. I was not born knowing this, or rather, I may have been born knowing it, but before I even knew I had a mind and an identity, it was squeezed out of me. I was told how to behave and who to be and who a woman is, and taught diligently to feel shame for my body, shame for my sexuality, and to feel like I had no power at all. My power derived from God, from church, from men, from the government, and my power was in being a good girl, and that is not our power, my divas. And nor was it mine, and I struggled and suffered a lot for almost 45 years trying to find my way through. And it wasn't until my life had pretty much blown apart, the divorce and trying to find my way as an artist and an entrepreneur and not knowing a thing about it, and not wanting to die with my sexuality unfulfilled. That was my big motivator. And I literally prayed for help. I prayed for answers. I went on a vision quest and sat in silence without food or water, saying, "Help me with this. There is something here for me." And at the time, I thought it was about my own healing, my own sexuality, my own need for love, and my own failure as a woman. I really thought I was a failure, pretty much damaged and broken. And what I was really asking for is my calling, because women, listen carefully to this. Where you hurt the most is where your power lies. Where you feel the most wounded, where you struggle the most, that is where your gift is. Very likely, that is what you're called to teach. And for me, it was in the realm of sexuality and feminine power. And I was so far away from that when I began. It's been a 20-year journey to... Thank goodness, I'm a late bloomer. I was born knowing that I was Cosmic Crone, not necessarily knowing what that is, but people used to say, what do you want to be when you grow up? A wise old lady. Well, here I am. I'm a wise old lady now. So I have created this course because not everyone is ready or in a position at this time to step into private work with me and to generate that level of investment in finance, time, and energy. Maybe you just want relief. Maybe you want to find out what it's like to work with me. Maybe you need something shorter, kind of like triage, to interrupt, because if you're anything like me, I knew for me it was about sex, but I didn't know anything else. I didn't know the door that I was opening. And it could be that you need to open a door, but you don't know which door to pick. And so I have created Sacred Pleasure, Sovereign Womb to literally bring you up onto the front porch of the temple. It is affordable. It is short, 8 weeks. It is deep. It is not a class. It is not a course. It is live with me on Zoom, practicing, and you will have homework. You will have to dedicate some of your life force and some of your time to go deep enough into this work to create change. But you'll get to see results almost instantly. The minute we get started, things will start opening up for you. It's that powerful. So I wanted to come on and give you answer some FAQs. I've received some questions in conversation and through emails, and I know there are things you want to know. And I also want to give you some of the essential teaching behind it. Why does it matter? And if you're on, I see someone has tuned in. You want to say hello. If you want to post your question in the comments or shoot me a private message here on the page, I'll reach out to you and answer your question if I don't answer it in today's broadcast here. So, why? Why is it so important that women tune into and learn about your erotic body, to learn how your body is designed for pleasure, how your body works sexually, and what your sexuality really means? This weekend, I attended a big gathering up about an hour north of my home here in Maine. It's called Healing the Wounds of Turtle Island. And there were teachings for women in that were shared with us. And I loved receiving those teachings because they are exactly what I have been teaching. This painting behind me, I received a vision 4 years ago now of women in a circle. I've actually had this vision a much longer time, but this particular image of women of all nationalities, all cultures, coming together with womb centering, raising their power together, and the men behind them, encircling them, with the swords pointed out, defending and protecting them while they do their life-giving ceremony. So there were teachings around that among the indigenous people around the world, and there were indigenous people from 6 continents teaching at this event. They know this. The indigenous people around the world know the true roles of sacred masculine and sacred feminine and how essential each one is. And what has happened in this conquest society that we live in, the colonizers, basically the white supremacist Western society that I benefit from and I am a member of, I own that. What happens is that the dominator group, mostly white males, the dominator group, the government, the church, the institutions, the universities, higher education, corporations, all of these people, they treat the feminine as a commodity. Our bodies, our sex, our pleasure, our minds, our brilliance, our genius, our healing power, our intellectual power, all of our power, our procreation, our wombs, they treat it all as a commodity to be controlled. And what they teach us is to behave ourselves, to do as we're told, to surrender our identity and our intellect and our wisdom and our eroticism to men, to the culture. We're all about staying home, raising children, doing the work, the women's work, the work of healing and nurturing and teaching, and getting paid minimally for it. And so this is, and it's even worse if you were a woman of color or indigenous, if you were Black, Asian, Latina. It is multiplied, because then white women build on your backs too. And this is something that I've been working with for myself, and it's difficult work, and I will claim not to be very good at it. But I bring this truth forward because the earth requires it. Our lives require it. And my particular work is to help women heal in their sexuality, to claim this power for themselves, to be sovereign with their bodies, their wisdom, their knowledge, their decisions, to have sovereignty over their lives, to decide who they want to share their sexuality with, when and how they want to have children, how they want to raise their children, who they want to be with, and to be able to serve as women, carriers and bringers of life, and at the same time to have economic security and fulfillment of all of our talents. So this is my work. This is why I'm here. Women have all of this. We have it together, as you see in the circle, and we have it connected to the earth. And my work, and the work of all of us, is to reclaim that power. We have to learn how our bodies work. Sexually, we have to learn what our sexuality means, and we have to learn how to tap into the fullness and the wholeness and the completion of the powers of our wombs. It's not exclusively about having babies or preventing babies. It is not exclusively to bring sexual pleasure to your relationship. It is not exclusively, in fact, these are very small parts of our power, because once we tap into that power, we can expand it and use it in so many ways. We use it to change the world. We use it to heal people. We use it to heal the earth, and we use it to remind men what their real work is. How to be in partnership with the feminine. Every man needs to know this regardless of his sexuality. Just like every woman needs to know how to partner with the masculine regardless of her sexuality. So this in a nutshell is what my work is about, and Sacred Pleasure Sovereign Womb is the introduction to that work in a really deep and empowered and practical way. You will learn things that will change your sex life. You will learn things that will help you tap into your power, your intuition, your insight, your purpose, and your healing energy. And your sovereignty. I call it sovereign womb for a purpose. We are sovereign, and our wombs are where we carry that feminine power of our sovereignty. And something that our ancestors have known for a very long time, and we have forgotten. Although let me rephrase that. It's not so much that we've forgotten it; it's been warped and twisted. Men serve at the pleasure of women. Men rule at the pleasure of women. Sovereignty emerges from the feminine and is bestowed upon the man who understands his role, how to walk with her, how to defend and protect her, how to train up and gather with other men to speak the truth, to maintain a culture of love, and to support and protect the earth, the children, the mothers. Justice. Wow, I didn't know the Cosmic Crone was going to say that. So, questions. Thank you, Umair. Thank you for the hearts. So what would you like to know? What do you need to know in order to enroll? What if this is calling you, if you know you need to connect with your power in this way, what's stopping you from going to the website, cosmiccrone.com / what is it? SPSW hyphen program. I'll put the link in the comments. And also, the link is everywhere. You can easily find it. So what do you need to know? I'll tell you a little bit about the structure. It's 8 weeks. It includes a workshop on sacred pleasure mapping, a basic course in feminine physical sexuality, how our bodies work, and how to discover and practice what your body is like, how to be your own best lover. It's a crash course, actually, but you can do a lot with a little bit of information and a couple of simple techniques to practice. So we begin there. There will be an opening session, and then there will be this workshop, and then there will be 5 sessions to go deeper and deeper into both erotic practice and sacred sexuality, the way that I teach it, and your womb centering, how to tap into the different energetics of the womb. And at some point when it feels right for the group, we will do a group womb clearing. So that may come towards the end. It will come after the sex education because you need that first. Sacred pleasure mapping is the first thing that we do. So that's what happens, and we do it for 8 weeks. And yes, there are assignments, and there is a secret Facebook group where you can come together and share your experiences and ask questions and get more support from me in between our sessions. So, what else do we need? Would you like to know? Let me look here. Here's a big one. I don't have a partner right now. Can I get anything out of the program? Your practice will be solo practice, even if you have a partner. You may invite your partner to participate with you, but what you are going to learn is how to own your own power, your own pleasure, your own erotic body, so that when you connect with your partner, either the one you have now or the one that you may meet in the future if you want one, that person, whoever he or she may be, will be meeting a erotically alive and vital person who knows more about her own pleasure than any partner they've ever met before. So this program, something that often happens when women start working with me is they meet somebody. And that's not necessarily their goal, but the shifts inside of them, how they carry themselves, how they present, how they radiate out into the world, they suddenly become attractive to the kind of partner that they've always wanted, or at least someone to play with, someone to explore with and to see what it is that they're going to, what their sexuality is like with a partner. So, yes, no partner is necessary. You are your own partner in this. What if I can't attend every session? I'm going on vacation. Yes, every session is recorded and you will be able to keep it. You will be able to download it and keep it so that you start now, and if you want to repeat it later, you can come back. You will have it with you. You can review anything that's recorded in these sessions. Here's one. What does sovereign womb mean? Somebody asked. Sovereign womb, sovereign is control over your body, your life, your own decisions. It is, and it's another thing that it is a unification of all the parts of yourself. We have a brain in our head. We have the mind that thinks, and most of us are pretty familiar with how that works. And we have some degree of familiarity of how fucked up it can be, how much trouble our minds can get us into, because our minds walk around with misinformation, shitty beliefs, shame, self-judgment, and our minds are brilliant and creative, and they figure out things and they know how to do things. So this is what our minds do. We also have a mind that is connected to our heart, the part of us that radiates love. Women radiate love through our hearts, and we shine through our hearts. So when we are connected to the heart, we are connected to the part of us that invites, that says, I am love, and I see you, and you are love, and that has courage, has brilliance, has faith, and is willing to take risks. And one of the biggest risks that we take as human beings is the risk to be intimate, to be seen by another person, or to be seen by anyone. So that is the mind of the heart, the one that takes all of this and puts it out there. And then there is the mind of the belly. And for women, that includes the womb. In fact, I would say there's probably a fourth mind, because we have actually the one that connects them all. The enteric nervous system connects the brain, the voice, connects all the chakras, connects the heart, connects the gut, the intestines, and it connects the cervix and the womb. And that is our inner brain, our intuitive mind. So, sovereign is feeling the whole connection, feeling the wholeness of your mind, the totality of your mind working together in alignment with intuition, deep knowing, cosmic channeling, and radiant love, and brilliance, problem solving, strategy, and information. And also the mind that says, I am enough. I am whole. I am just fine as I am, and so are you. So sovereign is where all that works together. And inside of this world where there are all these rules and expectations and societal conditioning that says you should not be this way or that way, you must play small, you must be nice, you must be good, you must do as you're told. Sovereign says, not necessarily. I know who I am. I know why I'm here. I know my purpose. And what you are telling me is not the truth. It is not accurate. This is what I'm here to do. And so that is sovereign. So you were born with sovereign. We are all born as sovereign. And sometime in midlife, for the most of us, especially people my age, people born in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, we're just reaching that point where we can reclaim our sovereignty. It is my hope, my dearest hope, that our children will own their sovereignty at a much younger age, that they will grow up knowing their sovereignty. And if that is to happen, then we need to heal ourselves as adults now. I had a hysterectomy 8 years ago. Someone writes. I didn't, thank God. I'm very blessed to not have had to needed major surgery in my life. But someone asked me, I have a hysterectomy. Can I do this work? Sacred pleasure, sovereign womb. I don't have a womb. And the answer is yes, because we have the physical body, and our physical body is it's the vessel. It holds the energy, it grounds the energy, it anchors us into this life. And it's used. It's used for pleasure. We use it ourselves for our own pleasure. And when we choose, we can choose to bring a new life through, to have a baby, to give birth. That is only this much of what the womb is about. What we work with in Sacred Pleasure, Sovereign Womb is the energetic womb. And you cannot have that surgically removed. In fact, there is, I'm going to speak to the trans women who might tune this in, or people who know trans women, born with a physical male body. You were born, if you know that you were a woman, you were born with a womb, the energetic womb, or you would not be feeling the way you feel. You would not know yourself the way you know yourself. Now, I will say this, in teaching about the female sexual body, this course, this program is for women who were born with vulvas. There's just no getting around that. Women with vulvas need to know their own truth. So I am not necessarily the right person to share sexual pleasure education with someone, a woman who is not born with a vulva, although energetically a lot of it is similar or the same. So if that describes you, you will get a ton out of this program, because you will tap into your energetic womb, possibly for the first time with complete consciousness, and I welcome you. So, yeah, you do not need a physical womb to do this program, because it's all about your energy. How do I know this will work for me? Someone asked. Do you have a guarantee? Someone else asked. Well, let's talk about that. I'm going to first talk about this question. How do I know this will work for me? And I think that every time I sign up for a program, will this work? It will, and it's more than, it's not necessarily whether or not I trust the person teaching. It's about me. Can I do it? Will I do it? It's about my own self-doubt. So if you have doubts, if you're considering it, thinking about it, it's speaking to you, but you're not sure you will follow through, or you're not sure you'll get enough support to follow through. Ultimately, I cannot do the work for you. I will hold the space. I will offer teaching. I will give you practices. I will give you time in the Facebook group in between. I can't make you do the work. It's up to you, especially if you were to say yes and then run into triggers or challenges. I can't help you unless you ask. So ultimately, you must take complete responsibility for your own change. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because I would not take your power from you. I am about helping you discover your power and your sovereignty. And so when you sign up for this program, you are making a commitment to take responsibility and exercise your sovereignty. So I just asked this one question. How committed are you to increasing your pleasure? How committed are you to knowing who you really are at your core? How committed are you to discovering your purpose? How committed are you to discovering that you have gifts and magic and wisdom that is beyond what you could have dreamed? You want to find that out? Then come on in. That's what I'm showing you in Sacred Pleasure, Sovereign Womb. And is there a money-back guarantee? No, there is not. Because once you step in, you have made the commitment. And why would I make it easy for you to get scared and step back? No, I am here to meet you with whatever is going on inside of you. And if you will stay the course and show up, you will get value. You will get massive value, more than the investment in the program. And a question that everybody asks, what is the investment? The investment is so affordable. It is $500. Simple, 500. I could have said $497. Maybe that would have made a difference to you. But no, $500. And you pay through PayPal. And if you want to, you can use your credit card or your debit card on PayPal. And is there a payment plan? And my answer is no, there's not a payment plan. Step in, all in. Now, reach out to me if making a payment plan makes a difference to you. I would be willing to do a 2-payment plan. But no more than that, because this is accessible, it's available, and it is quick. We step in 2 months, you emerge completely different than the way you came in. So, it is, are there bonuses? Yes, there are bonuses. We are going to be doing deep work for about 75 to 90 minutes together on Zoom. And then you're going to I have a bundle of 7 womb centering meditations so that you can practice on your own with some of the basics that I give you. And I'm also giving you a bonus sheet of resources, like where to get a wand, a sacred spot massage wand, where to get my favorite vibrator, some books that will support you. So there are those bonuses. The womb clearing is a bonus. And there was one other. Oh yes, there is a guided sacred pleasure mapping meditation where I walk you through discovering your sacred sexual body. So yes, there are bonuses. And honestly, the value, I actually haven't added it all up. The value of the program is probably easily $3,000 or $4,000. I want this to be accessible. I want every woman in the world to have this. And I certainly want a critical mass of women. If 100,000 women have this, the world will change. If 1 million women have this, it's a done deal. And so for now, until the day comes, eventually we will be teaching this at no cost. We are not there yet. Right now, you have to step up and make the commitment, invest $500, and do the work. And then we will go to the next level. So let's see, any other questions that you have? How big is the group? At the moment, it's intimate. I'm working with just a few women at a time in this. Eventually, it would be, to do this level of work, 20 or probably is the maximum. I don't see myself doing this with hundreds at a time. It could happen. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for the foreseeable future, it's 5, 10, maximum 20 women at a time. You will get personal attention. You will know who you are with. There will be no strangers in the circle with you. And the summer is so busy. Someone asked, are you ever going to offer it again? I am going to offer it periodically throughout the year for the foreseeable future, because I want women to come onto the front porch. I want women to have the basics. If they never do anything else with me, I want them to have what they need to facilitate their own healing, tap into their own pleasure, and step fully into their own power and get busy sharing their gifts the way they're meant to. So, yes, I'll be offering it again. I do not know how the program will change. It may or may not be an 8-week, $500 program in the future. I don't know what's going to happen. If this calls to you and you are going to be available, never mind. You know something? I want to speak to this busy thing, because I'm busy. I'm too busy to do anything. And still, I work with my coach. I work with my clients. I go to ceremonies. I do everything that I need to do, everything that I want to do. So do not use busy as an excuse not to come to Sacred Pleasure Sovereign Womb. Busy is resistance. If this is your time, if you're listening to my voice, now is your time. So I'm going to put the link in the, sorry, I'm going to put the link in the comments, and you can go check it out. And also tomorrow morning, I have a few 15-minute calls available on my calendar. I'll put the link to my calendar too. If you have questions, if you really want to know if it's right, I've got some time tomorrow. I can talk to you. So I will put all that in, and I will see you. I'll see you on Wednesday when we begin Sacred Pleasure Sovereign Womb. Bye-bye.